We invite you to be part of something bigger. Support VIVA Magazine Live and make history with us. Support the vision and invest in our community. Hola, Houston. Welcome to VIVA Magazine Live out on the town. I'm your host, Blanca Blanco, and tonight we're coming to you from the vibrant and iconic Post downtown, where the electricity and the energy is vibrant right here for Precinct 2 Masquerade Ball. This incredible evening is all about raising vital funds for a powerful multi-generational program that's making a real impact in diverse and often underserved communities. So here we have a board member for Pct2Gether, Sylvia Mintz. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
That's great, I'm glad to see you. It looks like everybody's having fun out here.
It's an amazing event. This gala has been done every year, but this is the first year that we get to raise $250,000 for charities to support the Commissioner's mission for children, for veterans, for seniors. So the Commissioner is trying to make lives better in Precinct 2, and we are here to support him.
That's right. I'm going to ask you, since you're a board member, Sylvia, what do y'all have any plans to expand and add more programs? Right now you have about 7 programs, from seniors to healthcare to veterans to youth programs, park maintenance, and what have you. So are you planning, or do you see as a board that you're going to expand this to a bigger platform?
The Commissioner is always looking for ways to improve, and yes, we are going to improve the services, increase the amount of people that can have services, and that's continuing happening. And of course, more kids will have access to summer camps, more kids will have access to educational activities in the parks, more seniors will have had meals, and we will have more health screenings in the precinct. All of this because the Commissioner has a vision that is very important, that is to make everybody in Pct2Gether lives improve.
That's right. Well, thank you very much, Sylvia. Enjoy the evening and have fun.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Okay. Well, what inspired you to come out tonight to this fabulous event? Incredible.
Honestly, because of Commissioner Garcia. He's done so much for our county, for our people, and I want to support him in any way I can. It's my first time at an event like this, and I hope it's not my last.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? You have fun and enjoy yourself.
Thank you so much.
Bye. What is your name?
Cynthia Peña Reed.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Okay. Hi. Hey, how are you? What is your name?
Denise Maroney.
And Michael Maroney.
All right. Well, what inspired you to come out here tonight?
Well, we just believe in what the Commissioner's doing and a lot of his programs, and we support that, all the positive change that he's making.
That's right. Yes. Sir, what inspired you to?
Well, and we live and work in the area for the past 20 years, and he's done just such a wonderful job in helping everybody, and we just want to support him.
That's awesome. Yes, he is doing a great job with all these multi-generational programs that help so many people that are
different types of programs too.
And the underserved and the diverse community that Precinct 2 is in. So thank you very much for attending. Have fun and enjoy the music.
Thanks so much. Thank y'all.
Blanquita, what can you tell me about this program, Pct2Gether, a nonprofit organization? What does it do in the community?
It's so important to recognize those organizations that have been doing the work for years. I think this is like the 45th anniversary, and that's outstanding.
Yes.
Because there's so much work to do in the community, and they're always about giving back.
Right.
And I think it's so important for all of us as a community, us two girls, always just doing the job of giving back, because when I grew up, we didn't have much.
Right.
So I'll never forget that.
Right.
I'll never forget where I came from. And I encourage those who, have continued to grow in their industry or in their profession.
Right.
So don't forget where you came from.
That's
and
right.
give back, because it's so important.
That's right.
But it's also God's work.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Blanca. I appreciate you. Takaya.
Doing well. It's a beautiful evening. It was raining earlier today, but now it's a beautiful evening. We're in a lot of good folks around us as well, here to support Precinct 2 Together.
That's right.
Great organization. I know our constituents benefited, whether it's through some of the senior meals that are given. after-school programming, summer programming. So we're appreciative of the commissioner and all of his team for what the work that they do.
That's right. So do you see that maybe some of these programs can translate into the city of Houston, or have y'all had that?
We haven't had that conversation, but he's already serving. So Precinct 2 overlaps District I. So he's serving City of Houston residents.
Right.
You know, and even though he's a county commissioner, he still has us as constituents as well. So we've talked about what else can we do. I know they've also done some where they brought in some hot spots in different parts of the neighborhood, and so we've had conversations of that sort as well.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Councilman Joaquin Martinez, and there you have it. All right. What do you think, Sylvia? You like this program?
Yes, I do. Definitely do. Everything for the community.
And here we have the Harris County Commissioner, Precinct 2, Adrian Garcia. Commissioner Garcia, tell me, what inspired you to have this program, get it all developed and take it out to the community in Precinct 2?
Well, first of all, I was very honored that Pct2Gether had already existed prior to my administration. However, with the work of my staff, we began to make sure that we were focusing on our veterans as well as our seniors and our young people, making sure that the entire programming aspect of Precinct 2 was all-inclusive, looking at all generations to make sure we're looking at those who have served, those who have come before us, as well as the next generation coming.
That's right. When you were raised, or did that inspire you, your background inspire you to continue a program such as this?
Well, look, it's hard not to remember being hungry. It's hard not to remember a mom who was a janitor at night and a father who would finish his work and then leave to go help my mom so she could get home earlier.
Right.
And then she would drive a bus in the morning.
Right.
And then fix meals for all of us and be the wife and mother that she was.
And
so
how many were in your family?
6.
6. Wow,
Six.
That's a big family.
It is. And in a tough neighborhood, so absolutely those experiences have a lot to do with what I'm trying to do today to make sure that the next generation doesn't have to go through that kind of poverty.
Right. So I know that they've got several programs in this multi-generational program that you have at Precinct. I get confused on that word.
Pct2Gether.
Pct2Gether. All right, we got it right now. So are there any other plans to expand the programs? Because you have the seniors, you have the veterans, you have the youth, you have the health, you have many parks, you have so many programs that are so beneficial to everybody in that unserved communities and the diverse community that Precinct 2 is. So do you have any expansion plans?
Well, absolutely. Look, Precinct 2 is a great place to live, work, and play. However, we do have a lot of disparities that do need to be addressed. We have healthcare disparities. We have the highest mortality rate by 20 years. We have some of the lowest educational attainment rates. We have the lowest median income, lowest homeownership rate. So there's a lot that I need to help a Pct2Gether to help me address, to make sure that we're lifting families up, not giving them handouts, but just simply a hand up.
Right.
And so there's a lot of work to be done, and absolutely, I have a big appetite to do all that I can to serve the people of Precinct 2.
Well, thank you so much, Commissioner.
Thank you, Blanca.
You go out and have this fabulous time. I mean, the music is playing, the masks are dazzling, and so everything is here. So have fun.
Thank you, and Viva Houston!
All right. VIVA Magazine Live.
Tonight, we gather to support Pct2Gether Incorporated. Will you all please rise and help me welcome Commissioner Adrian Garcia.
Thank you. And special needs never touch my family direct. But for some reason, it has been something that I've paid attention to almost my entire life. And as I mentioned, when I was at the River Oaks Elementary at the elementary school for the gifted, we had some high-performing autistic students. I didn't know that then, I know it today. But high-performing young men and women who were picked on by those who didn't understand any better. And so that allowed me to provide some of my north side shuffle moves on those clowns. And then as I grew older and started my career in the Houston Police Department, Inwood crossed my path again. And so I did what I could as a cop to make sure that those individuals would be respected, would be protected, and would be treated with dignity as anybody else should be. Then as a member of Precinct City Council, I worked incredibly close with the Commission on Disabilities. Anybody knows Michelle Hobart? She's a hero to me. We worked very close and learned a great deal about the various types of issues an individual and a family can confront. And so when I came in as your commissioner, and in the first days of my administration, we were talking about how to make an introduction to the precinct as the new commissioner. And so some of my staff said, hey, Commissioner, well, why don't you plant some flowers and paint, some things, and, and that'll let people know that there's a new commissioner. And I said, well, how much money we're gonna spend on something like that? And he said, make $1 million, maybe $2 million. And I said, well, that's a lot of money for just trying to tell people there's a new commissioner. I said, I want to do something impactful. I want to do something that really serves the precinct and the community. And so from somewheres, and Bishop Nixon, there is a God, because from somewheres, the idea of creating a park for everybody of any ability, but especially for young people with disabilities, the thought came to me. And so I sent my staff out to go visit Megan's Wonderland in San Antonio, if they're familiar with that. I sent them to other parts of the country to go see other types of special needs parks. I called over my friend Michelle Hobart. I hadn't talked to her since my days on City Council, and she gave me some very, very important perspective. We started to mold the idea of what this park would look like. And then I asked the most important question to my budget director: how much money do I have? Because the idea of a special needs park, of an all-inclusive park, started at $1 million, and it started growing as the idea of what an all-inclusive park ought to look like and ought to be. And we got to the neighborhood of $14 million. Bobby and Mustafa and others were some of the early pioneers of helping us on that capital campaign to help us raise important dollars. Some through foundations, but through your particular work, like through events like tonight.
I'm your host, Blanca Blanco, and tonight we're coming to you from the vibrant and iconic Post downtown, where we're celebrating
I love you. You are the most amazing reporter ever. I mean, look at this woman. Isn't she just like sparkling?
Ow! In the heart of Houston, a city of diversity and resilience, a story unfolds, a story of unsung heroes, visionaries, and trailblazers, a story of Latinos rising in the digital age. From doctors saving lives in our hospitals to the artists painting the future and the entrepreneurs building legacies, these voices are leading the way, breaking boundaries and redefining what it means to be Latino in America. Our culture, our stories, our people, each one with a journey that touches the heart and inspires the soul. From the pages of history to the screens of today, VIVA Magazine Live continues its legacy of uplifting the Latino community and telling the stories that need to be heard. VIVA Magazine Live isn't just a show, it's a movement, a celebration of Latino excellence and a call to action for the next generation to fulfill their hopes and dreams and become an active part of the Latino voice. Join us as we tell the stories that inspire, unite, and elevate. Together we can ensure these voices are heard loud and clear. We invite you to be part of something bigger. Support VIVA Magazine Live and make history with us.